Walk into any boardroom, negotiation, or social gathering, and you will notice an immediate pattern. The person who dominates the airtime and projects the most volume is almost automatically deferred to as the leader. We tend to assume that those who sit quietly have nothing to offer, treating their silence as a blank space, waiting to be filled by someone with an opinion. Constant participation creates a false sense of security. Because we are pitching and reacting, we assume we have a firm grip on the dynamics of the room. Equating volume with competence creates a massive blind spot. While everyone fights to project their own voice, they miss the actual reality of the human interaction happening right in front of them. Look past the speaker holding court and find the quietest person at the table. This stillness represents a deliberate, high-intensity allocation of cognitive bandwidth. Instead of spending mental energy on formatting sentences, every ounce of their resources is dedicated to collection. While the talkers are trapped in the loop of their own broadcasting, the observer takes inventory. They map alliances, note shifting postures, and read the subtle tension in the room. Stepping out of the auditory crossfire provides the distance necessary to see the room exactly as it is. Holding a conversation is cognitively expensive. Simply generating speech and monitoring how it lands requires immense processing power. The brain must continuously search for vocabulary, construct syntax, and manage social perception. This intense internal focus effectively creates a bottleneck. The speaker has no mental resources left to evaluate the people they're actually talking to. This chart shows the shift in energy capacity. As speaking demands more power, resources are diverted from the receiving column directly into broadcasting. When receiving drops to zero, the speaker goes blind to their environment, missing the crossed arms, forced nods, and bored stares. The act of projecting your own voice cuts you off from real-time reality checks. You become isolated in your own monologue. The silent observer operates with a fully open receiving channel. Without the burden of speaking, their brain processes subtle environmental data that others miss entirely. They capture vocal discrepancies, specifically the sudden fractional spikes in pitch when someone makes confident claims, or the drops in volume when a weak point is being glossed over. They track micro-hesitations. A pause of just a few milliseconds before an answer indicates that a subject's brain is filtering or rewriting information. Even the smallest unnatural pause disrupts the baseline rhythm of a conversation. These tiny auditory fractures pinpoint exactly where an omission lives, revealing where a fact is being stretched or where a heavily filtered half-truth is being presented. The unsaid gaps and hesitations reveal a more accurate set of factual data than the actual spoken words. Past the auditory layer lies an even deeper dataset, visual microexpressions. The observer ignores the polite, sustained smile, the rehearsed social mask engineered to project agreement and ease. They look for involuntary muscle contractions that bypass conscious control. A sudden clench in the jaw or a subtle, rapid darting of the eyes betrays hidden anxiety or disagreement. This vector map plots those physical tells as measurable data points. We track nodes activating across the brow, jawline, and eyes. By connecting these tension points, an accurate emotional pattern emerges, reverse engineering the face to reveal the hidden vulnerability. Combining visual and auditory data streams allows the quietest person to map a psychological landscape that remains hidden from the rest of the room. This dynamic scales far beyond a single interpersonal interaction. Many of the most successful negotiators, diplomats, and tacticians in history were notoriously quiet during high-stakes meetings. They understood the value of asymmetric knowledge. This is a state where one party hoards a vastly superior amount of actionable intelligence over the other. Because the broadcaster provides data while the listener absorbs it, disciplined silence creates a one-sided intelligence transfer. They gather every tell and hesitation while providing no data for the opposition to analyze. Long-term power stems from capturing a room's informational space rather than dominating its auditory space. Silence functions as a highly calibrated tactical tool for mapping reality. When the instinct is to jump in and defend your position, the strategic move is to choose to pause and observe. That brief suspension of ego instantly opens the analytical aperture,
allowing an immediate influx of critical, high-resolution data. In any negotiation or conflict, the person with the clearest view of reality wins. This advantage always belongs to the open mind.